I was born and raised in the city of Renton, and so I've seen a lot of growth. I still feel that Renton feels like a small town, even though it's grown significantly over my lifetime. The city's done a really good job of maintaining growth, looking ahead, looking at the big picture view of where we need to be in 10, 20 years. And so when it comes to the police department, we also approach it the same way. By the end of the year, we did see a significant reduction in crime. A large part of that is to the education partnerships, and then also that allocation of resources to be proactive to address those issues.
Where it was going, we just knew we needed to deal with the violent crime, specifically the violent crime involving our juvenile. At times it was gang members, but other times it's just juvenile offenders getting involved in severe violent crime. We're talking mostly shots fired and shootings, that type of violent crime.
In the first quarter of 2024, we started to notice an increase in crime, specifically violent crime.
About 2 years ago, we started off with the program with our violent crime unit. We just knew we needed to deal with the violent crime, specifically the violent crime involving our juvenile. They're really going after the hardcore offenders involving violent crime and gun crime. So that's something I'm very proud of, I'm very excited to be a part of. But we've seen a significant reduction involving youth offenders in regards to the violent crime that we are targeting, and that is a direct reflection on these guys.
Our direct enforcement team, which we refer to as DET, is our uniform group that works short-term investigations around the city, but also our kind of directed emphasis patrols in problem areas of the city. Our special enforcement team, or SET, are our plainclothes, more of a traditional vice unit. They work longer-term investigations. They're also tasked with our narcotics investigations, human trafficking, child exploitation. They also specialize in our mobile and static surveillance. And so they'll work up and build up cases. They do a lot of follow-up cases. When they end up arresting an offender, it's usually typically a little bit longer down the road when they've built a stronger, solid case to present to the prosecutor's office. The term CPTED, crime prevention through environmental design, we are removing large shrubs in front of windows or doors. We're adding more lighting to areas to deter criminal activity. What is unique is that the City of Renton has adopted this idea for all departments in the city.
So what I learned in CPTED training was the way something is built actually will improve the long-term safety and activation of a project. The biggest takeaway on a transportation project was natural surveillance. Sight lines from different modes of transportation improve the overall transportation corridor. For example, vehicles, bicycles, and then pedestrians. While CPTED encourages transition zones so they're not all mixed together, it's important that they can all actually have eyes on each other. It actually improves the safety of the roadway. So the South 7th Street project is the beginning of a desire to provide a bicycle corridor through Renton, east to west. This project will be putting a cycle track on South 7th Street between Burnett Avenue and Shattuck Avenue. It will still accommodate just as many motorized vehicles. We hope to build on the South 7th project, continuing the bicycle corridor to the western city limits.
Good design principles, including CPTED, result in higher property values, less crime, and an overall higher interest and desire from the private sector to invest in that location.
Whether it's yesterday or 10 years from now, that's our goal, is to keep people safe and make them feel safe.
All of these teams work together really well in conjunction with each other to ultimately make the entire community of Renton a safe place.